Hi everyone, Haley Greco here, and today I'll be showing you the painting process for this fall aspen forest painting. Let's get started. To begin, I'm placing a muted blue with my palette knife. If you'd like to follow along with me, I'll put all the colors I'm using in the description of the video. I'm just getting a background going here, just making sure it's nice and even for a good background for this forest painting. And now I'm beginning to add some fall leaves. I'm going to do both yellow and kind of a crimson color for the leaves, and some green as well. I'm thinking maybe all of the leaves haven't turned quite yet. And now I'm beginning to add some dark trees. When I add in that maroon color, I like to go over it with a little bit of gold, like the light is catching it. It's good to not make trees too straight. Naturally, they're very wild and twist one way or another. As I go through this creative process, my mind is calm, and I'm just leading with my heart, knowing that there are no mistakes here. And there's no overthinking here. We're just flowing with the creative intuition. Fall was always my favorite season growing up. I love to walk through the woods and feel the crunching of the leaves under my feet. The transformation of summer to fall is what I want to bring to this painting. In all of my forest paintings, I love to add a lot of texture. I dab it on really thick with either a brush or a palette knife, my fingers, or in this case a paper towel. At times it can be difficult to put the fall tones over this blue and not have it mix, since all the paint here is wet. The key is just to not blend those colors as much as possible, and to add green in if you do, and maybe those could just be some leaves that haven't turned yet. I've decided to add white in here and make these aspen trees. Aspens always give me a sense of peace, and I long to walk through a forest of aspens in the fall. When painting aspens, I like to leave darkness on either side of the tree, and white only goes in the middle and only in sections, like there's shadows on the tree. And those shadows on either side will always give it a more three-dimensional look. I'm just re-establishing those shadows and highlights in those trees, and then I'll go back in and add those details again. When painting trees, I always like to add plenty of leaves in front of them as well as behind them. And now I've got those details in the bark coming along. I always use a very small brush when doing these fine details. It's fun adding all the little bark details in the aspen trees. Now I'm adding lots of faraway trees, and I'm sure to add all those details in these trees as well, even though they're a little smaller. I always go a little darker at the bottom of each tree and lighter towards the top. I like that in this painting, you can't necessarily tell which leaves belong to which tree. They're all sort of interconnected, and that's kind of the point. One quote about the forest that I love is, "The forest spoke to my soul in a language I already knew, a distant lullaby from the womb of peace and solitude." I always find peace in the forest, especially in the fall, and I hope you guys do as well. I want to thank you for coming on this journey with me. It's always an adventure finding something new to create together. And I hope you join me again soon.